Hi everyone and welcome to my presentation here. My name is Grace Millsap and today I'll be talking about how authentic learning prepared me for post-secondary success. So, just a little bit about me. I'm from Waukee, Iowa, and I'm currently at Iowa State University studying kinesiology and health, and I'm on the pre-optometry track. So, just some pictures about me here at some football games and just enjoying the campanile and then with my friends and family just right on campus. And then being a pre-optometry track, I have to take a lot of the health classes and also lots of chemistry and biology. So here I just have some pictures of me in the lab just doing some experiments. Lots of tubes here. So I was a student at Waukee High School and I got the chance to participate in Waukee Apex, which is one of the main topics about this presentation. Apex stands for Aspiring Professional Experience, and that's exactly what I was there to do. I wanted to participate in this program because I wanted to narrow down what I wanted to do after high school, where I wanted to be. And this is authentic learning, and then I'll talk a little bit more about how that is. So the whole basis of the professional experience is the students get paired with businesses. They work together to create projects, and it gives students the ability to get experience professionally, whatever that may be, in lots of different aspects. And then also within this program, you get college credits for high school. So if you don't know or have never seen the Apex building, it's this building in Waukee, very nice, very modern, and in this little picture here, you can see lots of seating, and then they also clear all of this out and make it so all of the students can gather and have presentations with businesses, and lots of events are also held here. There's 2 levels to it, and it's all classrooms, the top and the bottom, and then this little blue area here is actually meeting room, and they have meetings and they can bring whoever they're working with into the meeting room and have a meeting just like real life. And this is called the home base, I would say. And students get to go out and work in professional environments. So let's say if you are working in finance, maybe a few days of the week you get to go to the finance company and have your laptop there and work on your projects there and just get a really good feel of what it would be like to work in a place like that. And then many days of the week, students will be off campus, whether that's at the professional sites, whether they're doing tours or job shadows. There's a lot of flexibility, and they're not just bound to this location, although it is very great. And then I'll just talk about my experience a little bit. I got to do several things in this program, and my program specifically was health science and medicine. I explored lots of different aspects of health science and medicine. I'll talk a little bit about each one, but in some of these pictures, we got to really go out into the real world, get experience, and just be exposed to different professions. So we worked on several projects. I'll talk about this one a little bit more, but we were at the Science Center here doing some presentations. We got to go to DMU a lot, scrubbed in for this little fake surgery, got to practice some ultrasounds with the podiatry students of DMU. We did some sutures for a little pig foot. And then before masks were cool, we thought we were so cool here. When we got to scrub in for surgery, we have our masks on. And also, I got invited to a health volunteer dinner. And yeah, that was really cool. So here are all the projects that I did while I was in Waukee Apex. And this is the main reason everyone is here, and you get to pick as many projects as you want to be on while you're there. It's really what you make out of it. So I wanted to get lots of experience doing things, so I was on a lot of things. So one of the main projects that I was working on was Prevent Blindness Iowa, and I was the team lead for this company. And as you can say, it's an initiative to prevent blindness. So we would go into preschools and elementaries and help coordinate events to test and screen the eyes of the students. And we all became certified vision screeners, and it was so official. And then we would go in, test the students, screen the students, plan the whole event, talk with the teachers and the principals, and can we come and do this? What day would work? I was in charge of all of that, and then we would have to take record of all the students and put if they passed, fax it to their parents if they needed, and it was a really big project, but it really helped me to understand how to connect with people and set up events like that. Prior to that, I had no experience doing that. And then another project that I worked on was with the Science Center, and we did an animal anatomy presentation. So within the lab, they have lots of animals that they use for science to learn about the anatomy. And then I remember we did a dissection of the animals and then got to memorize all of the different parts. And then we went to the Science Center and had this big table, and lots of kids came around. They thought it was so cool. We got to point out all the different parts and just kind of help talk them through it. I mean, some thought it was a little bit gross, but I think the majority of people really enjoyed that, and it's something that you don't see every day. So another thing we had to do was several job shadows, and I think it's a great way to, and one of the best ways actually, to gain experience connecting and setting these up and taking the initiative for yourself, but also at the same time you are exploring professions that maybe you never thought you would have explored before. So I remember I was at Mercy shadowing some ultrasound techs, and it was, the things you get to see are amazing, and all the people really helped me in a way that they would answer my questions and got to let me really be hands-on. And then I also shadowed some different optometrists, and then also a nurse. So again, we had to reach out to all these people, set it up ourselves. The teachers were involved in this, so we really had to learn to take initiative for ourselves. And then another thing that we had to do, but it was really great, was volunteer at Mercy Hospital or have a different volunteer position. Maybe it was a veteran hospital or just or a nursing home even. We got to do that, and mine was at the patient registration desk at Mercy. So we would check in patients for surgery or for chemo even, and I would take them to the place in the hospital. So I know Mercy Hospital like the back of my hand now. But it was really cool to be able to see patients, check in, and go through the whole process of what that looks like, and almost be like a crutch to those people and reassure them that their surgery will be okay, or they'll be okay, and just learning how to connect with people in a way that I hadn't before. And then also DMU was one of the partners that we got to work with. They did several things for us. We were at their campus a lot. We did a cadaver lab. We scrubbed in for surgery, which was really cool. I remember some of the professors were there quizzing us on, okay, how do we hand this? What tool is this after I told you this? So just thinking in that level above normally, like thinking as a medical student, you got to be quick on your feet. And we also did a mock patient interview. So we came into this room. There was this mock patient, almost like a robot, and it was controlled by one of the professors, and we had to go in and ask the patient questions to try to figure out what kind of disease they had and it was really cool because we had to take lung capacity, and it felt very real, and it was really cool. So we also saw a mock birth delivery with one of the same robot type of things, and it was just cool to see how they act and see how everything works, but also seeing if we wanted to be a surgeon or work with anatomy or be a doctor. So we also took lots of tours. We did nursing homes. We also did Drake Pharmacy School, and I remember at Drake we got to do a little worksheet about just some pharmaceutical drugs also. So everyone is very kind in letting the students just get as much as they want out of the experience. We also, like I said, got a tour of DMU, and it was cool to be able to talk to the medical students, because a lot of us, that's what we wanted to do. So we also, within all of this, when we weren't going out on our projects or at a certain event, we're working on our professional development. So we had to build a resume, and then we would also have talks about professional dress, how to act, what to do in certain situations in the workforce, and just help develop you professionally as a whole. And then also we had several activities, like speakers would come, and then we would get an idea, if we like that job or if we didn't think it was for us. We did lots of dissections because mine was exploration of health science. I think we did eye, rabbit, fish, shark, a lot of different things, and it was cool to really be hands-on all of the time. And when we weren't doing those things, we were working on our projects. And then the whole, I guess, goal of this was experience. So we got to gain experience in the world, and we also got to explore different professions. So now we know we have a better idea of what we want to go into when we're out of high school. And then we also learned how to act and communicate professionally, which I feel like a lot of students need help with. They're in the high school phase and they want to make that transition into college and maybe even have a college job. And then we also had to take responsibility and become dependable. So like I said, with some of the job shadows, we had to set up ourselves. And I remember one of the first days of Apex, we had to give out a survey for some company, and they made us call and work on our phone skills and how to talk to people over the phone. And then my senior year of high school, I did another authentic learning program. In this one is called School to Work. So this is professional authentic learning, similar to Apex, but you're more bound to 1 or 2 internships in a way. And then at Waukee, the whole year is split up into 4 quarters, just how all the classes work. And 1 quarter, we are in the classroom learning about professional skills, like mock interviews we would do. We perfected our resume, we perfected the professional dress, and then we did a lot of situational practice. I remember to start class, we would have a scenario like, what would you do if you were invited to a dinner after work? Is your car clean? Are you the one supposed to drive? What do you do if they offer you alcohol and you're underage? And just things that you would never think about, but you would want to have a good idea when you were going into situations like that. What are you going to do? What are you supposed to do? What's the right thing to do? And students were also sent out into the workforce after they interviewed with the company. So I remember I chose a company that I had done a job shadow for in Apex. I felt really close. We got to spend the whole day together. I really enjoyed the optometrist that I was working with, so I thought, hey, I could interview with this company. And all of the companies work with School to Work and Waukee prior, so everyone kind of has an idea of which companies they want to work with. And then the main teachers for School to Work kind of talk to the companies and say, hey, this is our program. Would you be willing to have an intern here etc. And then we would have to go set up the interview ourselves. But some of these were paid or unpaid or classified as a job or an internship. Some started as an internship and turned into a job over the summer. And then you also get college credit for this. And then, like I said, I worked at an optometry clinic called Wiley Eye Care Centers, and I was their optometric intern. So when patients arrived, I would take them back and do all of the pre-testing with medical equipment, and then I would take them back into the room, do more testing, and get all of the notes ready for the doctor, interviewing the patient about why are you in today, what's going on, and I guess get all the information that he needs so he can go in and have a smooth appointment, know what he's getting into. And then I worked at the front desk as well a little bit, checking in patients, taking phone calls, making appointments, pulling up insurance, and I got the full experience. My favorite part was probably working with patients and just making the patient connection with them. And it was great because I got to be with the doctor one-on-one. There was 3 doctors there, so just to see how they all worked a little bit differently, what strategies they used was really cool to me. We had to have check-in meetings with our supervisor teacher and with our boss, and it was really good because we got to go over goals, what I wanted to do, or any critique or praise that he gave was really nice to know. And then also at Elite Eye Care, we had staff meetings, which was cool because I got to see more of the professional side, how a business actually works, what's important to them, what events are they doing, how are they bringing the staff all together, how can we make this company better for all of the patients. And then I had to advocate for myself with, there was something where I believe I didn't get paid for a while and I was supposed to be getting paid. So I remember I talked to my supervisor and kind of came up with this plan. You need to have all your hours and what you think you should be getting paid. And then I presented it to them, and it's one of those situations where you have to stand up for yourself. So it was really important for me to learn that. And now I feel like I have a lot more confidence when I'm going to a boss. It's all about preparation, being confident, and advocating for yourself. And then I continued this job into the summer after my senior year, so that was really great. And then here I am with Dr. Heisman, which was the main doctor and the owner of Elite Eye Care. And then this is actually my cousin, so we got to take some pictures with him. And here I am in the exam room testing vision. Here I am in the pretest room gathering some pictures of the back of the eye and just using all of this medical equipment. And then I believe this is a great program because you're going to narrow down what profession you want to be into. And if you think this is the profession, like for me, I really enjoyed optometry. It's what I'm going to be going into, and that's the whole plan right now. It narrowed it down, and then I could focus on that and get more time with the profession, as most students would just have to jump right into it. I've had experience, almost 2 years of experience now with optometry, and I know that I really love it. And then you can analyze the aspects of the job. Like I was saying, you get a deeper connection and a deeper feeling with it. And one of my favorite parts about the job was working with patients. I don't think that I would enjoy a job where I wasn't working with people or making things better for someone. And then also a sense of community. I got to see patients over and over, and then see family members, and kind of just make myself known in the community, and it was really fun. And then in college, one of the main things that surprised me the most was because I had experience in optometry in an optometry clinic. I got a higher pay at the current eye clinic that I work at in Ames because of the experience I had. So I left my hometown and then got to work here in Ames, and I work at an optometry clinic currently. And I do basically the same thing, but a lot more now. I'm working with glasses, fixing that, doing a lot more transactions, and then making sure everything runs smoothly and as planned with insurance. So it's a whole different aspect, but I had a lot of experience and background, so it worked out perfectly. And I think that supervisors and bosses and people who are hiring you are really looking at your experience and what you can do and how you've proved yourself in the past. And I definitely feel like I'm ahead of my classmates. I remember last year, my freshman year, I had to take one of the 101 courses for kinesiology, and we were working on our resume, but I already had this perfect resume, and it was just really nice. And the resume was built with Apex and School of Work, and then all of the projects that I did, it was a built resume, so not only did I have one, it was full of content. And then I'm also very comfortable in the workforce and working with people, and whoever comes in and solving their problems, no matter what type of mood they're in, I feel like I can handle anything. And then also the maturity level, not just some little kid going there and they think you're high school, or no, they think you're more than that. I remember I was in the exam room, and I think it was someone from district office of Waukee who was friends with the doctor. I did their exam, and then the doctor asked him if, what do you think of our Waukee Apex student? Oh, she's a student? So that was really cool to see. So it builds that maturity level, and people don't even know that you're a high school student because you break the stigma and you're almost above it in a way, maturity-wise. So thank you so much for coming to my presentation today. Please contact me if you have questions or comments. My email is gmillsap@iastate.edu. So I'd love to hear some feedback or any questions or comments that you have for me. Good luck and have a great rest of the school year if you're a student or a teacher. So thank you so much for watching.